Today, we embark on a fascinating journey into the world of touch, uncovering the secrets to where older women long for your gentle caress. But before excitement takes over, let's make one thing clear. This isn't about crossing boundaries or being overly forward. Instead, it's about mastering the subtle art of connection and understanding how a well-placed touch can create sensations that send shivers down her spine. Older women are in tune with their desires and communicate them through their body language. It's up to you to interpret these signals and respond accordingly. That's the purpose of this video. We'll break down 8 key areas on a woman's body that are practically begging for your attention, from the small of her back to the nape of her neck. Along the way, we'll provide tips to make your touch truly unforgettable. So, are you ready to become a connoisseur of meaningful touch? Keep watching because class is officially in session. The small of her back. First up, the small of her back, gentlemen. This area may appear inconspicuous, but trust me, it holds significant meaning. When you place your hand on the small of a woman's back, you're conveying a powerful message of reassurance and support. Imagine this scenario. You're out on a date, strolling side by side. You extend your hand and delicately rest it on the small of her back, guiding her through a crowded room or aiding her across a tricky sidewalk. It's a simple yet profound gesture, signifying that you've got her back quite literally and that you're there to support her every step of the way. Remember, the touch should be gentle and subtle. You're not attempting to maneuver her like a human bulldozer. Instead, you're providing a gentle presence, a reminder of your steadfast support. This touch works wonders in various situations. Whether you're guiding her through a doorway, assisting her out of a car, or simply strolling hand in hand, the small of her back always proves to be a safe and reassuring choice. So go ahead, give it a try, and observe as she responds to your touch. The nape of the neck. Moving on to the nape of the neck, gentlemen, this is where things escalate to a more intimate level. The nape of the neck ranks among the most sensitive areas on a woman's body, and a well-executed touch here can elicit delightful shivers. Why is this area so special? For starters, it's often exposed, making it an inviting target for your touch. Moreover, it's a vulnerable spot, necessitating your utmost care and respect. When you lightly trace your fingers along the nape of her neck, you're not merely touching her skin, you're forging a deeper connection, demonstrating your appreciation for her vulnerability. However, remember that the touch should be delicate and fleeting. You're not aiming to provide a neck massage unless explicitly requested. Instead, you're offering a tantalizing glimpse of what's to come, hinting at more intimate encounters in the future. So, the next time you find yourself in close proximity, take a moment to admire the elegance of her neck. Then, when the timing feels right, let your fingertips dance across her skin and witness her delightful response. The upper arm. Now let's talk about the upper arm. Surprising as it may seem, the upper arm harbors potential for intimacy and connection. Picture this scenario. You're engaged in a heartfelt conversation with a woman, exchanging thoughts and emotions. In this moment of vulnerability and connection, a gentle caress or light touch on her upper arm can establish a physical bond that mirrors your emotional rapport. It communicates your presence and engagement, reassuring her that you're fully invested in the moment. However, ensure that the touch feels natural and unforced. You're not seizing her arm like an awkward relative at a family gathering. Instead, let your hand naturally gravitate towards her arm as you lean in to listen or emphasize a point. The beauty of this touch lies in its versatility. Whether you're seated across a table or standing side by side, the upper arm remains within reach and always appropriate. So don't hesitate to give it a try and witness her gradual inclination toward your touch. The knee. Let's now explore an unexpected territory, the knees. Yes, you heard that right. The area surrounding the knees can hold surprising potential for connection and intimacy, particularly when approached with intention and care. Imagine this scenario. You're seated beside each other, perhaps enjoying a movie or engaging in conversation over a glass of wine. Your hand naturally finds its place on her knee, resting there gently as you converse. Though seemingly minor, this gesture speaks volumes, creating a sense of closeness and intimacy between you. It's not about groping or seizing. Instead, it's about offering a reassuring presence, conveying the message that you're there, comfortable, and attuned to her. Remember, the touch should be light and unobtrusive, emphasizing connection over arousal. Whether you're seated at a restaurant or strolling through the park hand in hand, the knee remains accessible and appropriate. So go ahead, give it a try, and observe as she leans into your touch, feeling secure and valued. The waist. Now onto the waist. Here we delve into deeper levels of intimacy. The waist constitutes a highly sensitive area, and a touch in this region can communicate myriad sentiments, from protection and closeness to desire and passion. Imagine you're dancing together, swaying to the music. Your hand finds its place on her waist, holding her gently yet firmly as you move in synchrony. In this moment, you're not merely holding her, you're conveying a sense of protection and intimacy, affirming your commitment to her. However, ensure that the touch remains respectful and consensual. You're not forcefully pulling her closer or exerting dominance. Instead, you're offering a supportive presence, one that feels safe and comforting. Whether you're posing for a photograph or cuddling on the couch, the waist serves as a safe and connective point of contact. So don't hesitate to explore this territory and witness her response to your tender touch. The hands. Next up, let's discuss the hands. You might think it's too obvious, but holding a woman's hand in just the right manner can be incredibly intimate and even a bit magical. Imagine this scenario. You're seated opposite each other at a table, engrossed in conversation. You reach out and grasp her hand in yours, holding it gently yet firmly. This touch feels natural and organic, as if your hands were destined to intertwine. In this moment, you're establishing a connection that feels warm and attentive, conveying your undivided focus and care. Remember, the touch should be gentle and unassuming. You're not squeezing your hand like a vice grip or clinging desperately like a lost puppy. Instead, you're offering a supportive presence, one that feels secure and comforting. Whether you're walking side by side or seated together in a park, holding hands remains a universally appropriate and charmingly seductive gesture. So go ahead, give it a try and notice how she relaxes into your touch, feeling acknowledged and cherished. And if you do it right, you might just find that her hand fits perfectly in yours, like the last piece of a puzzle. The wrist. Now let's explore the wrist. The inside of the wrist ranks among the most sensitive areas on a woman's body, and a touch here can evoke sensations of sensuality and romance. Imagine bidding farewell after a delightful date. You take her hand in yours, gently turning it over to expose the soft, delicate skin of her wrist. Bringing it to your lips, you brush a feather-like kiss across the sensitive flesh. This touch feels intimate and personal, like a shared secret between the two of you. In this moment, You're establishing a connection that feels both sensual and playful, expressing your attraction and admiration. However, ensure that the touch remains light and fleeting. You're not leaving a mark or overstaying your welcome. Instead, you're offering a tantalizing preview of what's to come, hinting at further intimacy in the future. Whether you're greeting or parting ways, the wrist serves as a safe and seductive point of contact. So don't hesitate to indulge in this gesture and observe her response, feeling desired and cherished. And remember, a well-timed wrist kiss can make her heart flutter faster than the latest romantic comedy. The earlobes. Last, but certainly not least, let's discuss the earlobes. Yes, you heard that correctly. The earlobes can be surprisingly sensual and seductive when approached with care and intention. Imagine this scenario. You're standing close together, perhaps amidst a bustling party or crowded bar. You lean in to whisper something in her ear, allowing your fingers to graze her earlobe gently. This touch feels intimate and personal, like a whispered secret between the two of you. In this moment, you're establishing a connection that feels both sensual and enticing, expressing your attraction and desire. However, ensure that the touch remains natural and unforced. You're not grabbing or tugging at her earlobe like an intrusive relative. Instead, you're allowing your fingers to brush against it naturally as you lean in to speak or admire her earrings. Whether you're on a crowded floor or seated side by side at a movie, the earlobe serves as a subtle yet seductive point of contact. So don't hesitate to explore this territory and observe her response, feeling desired and appreciated. And remember, a gentle touch on the earlobe can be more effective than the cheesiest pickup line ever could be. And there you have it, 8 places on a woman's body that practically beg for your touch. So, what's next for you? Explore the phrases she uses to flirt with you, or learn how she communicates her attraction. Okay, let's explore this bar. Good luck, pros.